Yo, what's good? It's Skano. Yeah, I tend to avoid certain content because, to be honest, I find it to be messy. But hell, these are messy times, right? Let's be real. This is looking like it's going to be the summer of beef. I'm starting to see a theme here. A lot of this, industry beef that's kind of circulating right now. And I'm not talking about on no street shit per se, but even in that arena, oftentimes it's about a female in some, form of fashion. We see, you know, kind of going under the radar here, in the midst of, the Drake and Kendrick, etc. Uh, battle, beef, whatever you want to call it, woo woo. This Quavo and Chris Brown, feud. And like I said, in the backdrop, as oftentimes is a female, right? And not to villainize her or them. But you know, Quavo dropped this track called Tender. Nigga in his bag too. You know what I'm saying? Quavo kinda trying to make a resurgence, but yeah, just nice joint, man. And he really talking about he really don't have a lot of room to talk, but you know. So niggas even know, the niggas that be out here talking about, pushing P like they big Willie players and shit, really be, tender as fuck behind these females, low key, high key. So anyway, getting to the point, I had said, even though I know the primary focus right now is, Kendrick and Drake, this feud with Drake and Future, it has really piqued my interest, man. And me not really being with the celebrity gossip, and I'm not plugged into the internet like that. I'm really just not. I'm not gonna lie. I'll be going off of instinct a lot of times on certain shit. But anyway, to get to the point that where does shit come from? This kind of caught me by surprise. I'm not gonna lie. So I started listening to certain tracks with a different type of ear, man. Now, the first time I heard Rent Money, that Future joint, I had the feeling he was talking about somebody specific. Um, I still, regardless of, I may be wrong, I may be reaching here, but he make reference to it's a verse where he say, I just fucked a R&B bitch, I should thank you. He follow up with, you know, I just fucked a rapper's bitch, I should dish you. Now we know Future make these love, you know what I'm saying? Future always been the type of nigga that, that's the type of shit he be on. But could he have been referencing Drake? Now, it's some years back though, but from what I understand, this shit low key, high key been going on for some years. This shit ain't just pop up out of nowhere. Like I said before, niggas been feeling away. But where this come from? This particular beef. So anyway, you know, like I said, me not being, really on Drake, his discography, or I know I just butchered that word, but I don't listen to Drake. I hear Drake, but I don't be listening to Drake. So I went and checked out the joint. What would Pluto do? So the nigga obviously now. This is how I could go with this. In my mind, this is a diss to Future, low key, or a shade in Future. Is this Drake being messy? You know what I'm saying? Basically talking about a chick that they both, have some type of relationship with, whatever that relationship may be, whatever. But saying, you know what I'm saying? He know this chick fuck with his dog, who is Future. But you know what I'm saying? What will my nigga Pluto do? So yeah, I'm a smasher. So, okay, is he paying homage to Future and some, you know what I'm saying, and some type of, or is he throwing shade at Future? Or is he being messy and trying to expose some shit like, you know what I'm saying? Some different ways you can go with that joint. But at this point, the beat, whatever they had going on, is in full swing behind the scenes. We just now, you know what I'm saying? So that definitely was not paying homage, nigga. You know that he was getting that Future, or he that was meant to be some type of shade. I'm not. So, but at the same time, they just dropped the collab album, and I'm telling you, Future named that the title of that album, "Never Liked You," directed at Drake. In light of how the shit playing out, that's what I believe now. So this shit is some shit that been cooking. So I just kind of I felt like, listen, I was just disappointed in the fact that on the type of time Future be on, the type of energy he be on, that he did not address this a little bit more aggressively. And I don't mean on no street shit. Although, let's be honest, uh, we already know how these things can play out. Now, a lot of people like to say Drake ain't no gangster, this, that, and that very well is true. But he doesn't necessarily need to be no gangster, if you understand what I'm saying. So this shit can go left. I don't foresee that happening, but shit. Uh, we ain't think Pac and Big, that shit was gonna play out like it did. But anyway, so I just kind of thought Future would be more direct with it, as opposed to the way he went about shit. That was my only thing I did not rock, but that's neither here nor there. It's up. Uh, I think Future need to address this shit full on. Fuck all this subliminal shit. The nigga came right at you, first verse on the push-up track, whatever you want to call the track. First verse aimed right. That tells you this shit is with Kendrick and the other niggas. That's industry shit. That's, you know what I'm saying. He got right to Future, nigga, off rip. He did not fuck around. He got right on that. Like, that's personal. This shit. So both of them niggas definitely feeling the way. Whether they was actually really friends at some point. Like I said, these niggas don't. A lot of these niggas don't really be fucking with each other like that. Um, Shit is a competition at the end of the day. But I could see from that standpoint, a Future looking at it like, dog, you being messy out here. You with these bitches, woo woo. Okay. I think also the fact that, let's be real, on that What a Time to Be Alive, Future, he outshined Drake on that joint. And although at that time Drake, and to the present, Drake has been that nigga as far as, the top dog in the music industry. Future right there on that nigga neck, man. And Drake may have felt away, like, insecure in a way, like, okay, this nigga. Because let's be real, man. If it's anybody that can take the throne, so to speak, because Future already got the streets, we know that. Um, when it comes to the trenches, when it comes to the street, the hood, woo woo, that's Future. You know what I'm saying? and ain't nobody fucking with that. But let's not act like Future don't have this, like he don't have crossover appeal. Like Future he can make them joints too, dog. Like as evidenced by the Wait For You track, which coincidentally was a Drake feature. But regardless of that, I think that only further proved my point. Future did not get outshined on that joint, dog. I mean, Drake talked this shit like he do. But in my opinion, Future carried that joint. His cadences and his vocals, niggas sleep on Future. Like Future really could make an R&B pop type album, and that shit would be fire. I ain't gonna lie, dog. Y'all know it's true. He could do that shit. I don't think Future ever will do that, go pop or it. But as far as tapping into that segment of the, yeah, I could see him for sure. And Drake understanding that, because that's the only thing really Drake don't have is that street. Like he doesn't have the trenches. You know what I'm saying? And you could say, well, Future don't have the pop arena. That's the only lane Future really hasn't. If Future ever tapped into that, he's surpassing Drake. It's over. It's over. Flat out. And like I said, he come with them joints every once in a while. Another joint that niggas sleep on is the Long Silk Road joint. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, like I said on Wait For You, he definitely proved, look, yeah, I could do this pop shit too. Or R&B, however you want to put it. I can do that shit too, nigga. You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely been an ongoing rivalry behind the scenes, low key, high key with these niggas. And I could see from the standpoint, Future just looking at this nigga sketch, because the way he moved, man. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, not doing the follow up, because there was supposed to be a part 2 to that album. It was supposed to be a follow up to the What a Time to Be Alive album. That didn't happen. Why? Did Drake maybe sense that, oh shit, this nigga, he was in his bag on that last joint. This nigga, you know what I'm saying? Maybe I need to kind of chill on this nigga for him. Then he double back and do it. Instead of coming back to that, because it was supposed to be, like I said, a follow up on that. Never happened. But he jumped on a collab with 21. It's like, I could see Future looking at it from that standpoint, like, what's good with that? Like, what's really popping? So, you know what I'm saying? It may be actually, and like I said, man, I look at shit from every angle. I'm not just gonna jump on this and, you know what I'm saying, have pom-poms for no particular side. I don't know these niggas. So I could see it from that standpoint. That's what Future beef is with the nigga. Plus other little shit that we just not gonna know, only Future and that nigga know. My thing was, I want to hear Future directly. Can you imagine how a track like with Future on some personal, like he coming for a nigga neck on some personal type shit? We done heard the type of joints that nigga make just off, you know what I'm saying? That shit would be wild. So yeah, I need that shit. What's good? But it is what it is, man. This shit is it's gonna get a lot more, complicated for, it doesn't. But it is what it is. 216 Skano from the gutter.